Hi, Aquarius. Okay, welcome to this space. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. Happy New Year, Aquarius. So, I'm actually recording this on Venus Day. I feel like we needed to be in this love energy, in the heart chakra. I feel like there's some pretty significant balancing with this new year, with all the shifts that are happening within and without. I actually already recorded your reading on the same day as Leo. That's your opposite energy. That could be helpful. But the message came out so strong and so sort of sharp. It was a bit of Saturn and Aquarius, if you will. Venus is also in Aquarius when I'm recording this, which is sort of, the point is that I guess we're meant to talk about love, and it's interesting. So I chose these three cards here, and it really confirmed that the messages are still in the same, like, the message is the same, right? It's still on the same track, but I feel like we'll talk about it a little bit differently this time, and it's really right in a line. This first card says protection. It says call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Powerful, right? Here's an eclipse also. It's a great circle of support in that process, okay? You're not alone in that process. The second card being transformation, which states things are changing at a cellular level, and this represents deep healing. I see this as a Leo energy, so we're talking about heart. Heart chakra again, which to me goes back into the soul energy. And then this last one is unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Really powerful, Aquarius. Now, mind you, this deck is not specifically, like, these cards matching of their energy is this. It could have been anything, and this is what we're meant to talk about, so this is a pretty big deal. So there's obviously something with this that is huge. I need you to remember that you are protected in your ancestors, your family, your friends. There's a sacred protection encircling you, okay, surrounding you. And as I like that this card is in the middle, because it shows me that a person finds an awareness and confidence in what is changing, what needs to change, and really embracing what is necessary to have that change become a reality. But this is a deep changing within that will be expressed in your physical world now, and once this is attended to externally in a much different way. I would say this is definitely something that cannot be ignored. It probably is quite obvious right now whenever you arrive. So let's see, I chose 2 cards per, just to see kind of what these have to do with. Let's see about this protection card, which again, mind you, is about calling back gathering your power back into you, into yourself, having powerful, sacred, strong circles of people, that which believe the same. It's an understanding that a person is not alone also. Because to cut the cord would feel, it causes an emptiness when we let go of things, right? When we change, there's always a deep feeling where, again, something feels unbound. It feels like there's a lot of feels in it, right? So let's see about this. I feel like one of these cards represents part of what your protection is, and the other one has to do with the cords or cutting. So let's see about your protection and calling back your power. It's this card. Okay, Two of Pentacles. So I guess part of the way you call back into your power is feeding yourself. It is caring for your body. It is taking time to put great amounts of time into that which you're creating. I see you also, here's some sort of, excuse me, like, this is like invisible support, if you will, spiritual, like guiding support. This is also great amounts of you taking, because you have the information here, right? You have the recipe, you have all the ingredients, and now in this time, you're putting it all together. This reminds me a bit of the Day of the Dead, when in Central America, where they make a great meal. They have a feast to celebrate that which is no longer attached to us. So this is also a feeling of fulfillment, or like deep, it's like a deep satisfaction in the soul as well as the physical world that causes someone to feel safer, more confident in what they're creating, okay? And they know, again, that there's so much they can do on their own, and that there is a lot, because no one can cut these cords for you but you. I mean, God can help. What you eat can help. The circles of people that you're connected to can help. And I guess that which is what, because of these three cards, that which is no longer healthy for you. This card is showing me a great amount of health. That which is no longer suiting to you, fulfilling, healthy. Either you cut the cord, or and take the initiative to choose to release and embrace again the change of it. It's so much more empowering to choose that way, I guess, is the point. That's what gives the empowerment. In transformation is synonymous with change, right? It's transforming again like this. One, you take all these independent pieces and then put it all together, and then you have something completely different. So I want you to realize again that you have the intelligence, you have the awareness, you have the resources, you have what you need to make this happen. I would also say, like, praying over your food, putting again good intention into that is going to also help you to feel more steady. Maybe this is even cooking food that is traditional to your family's heritage or where you grew up. Could also be a part of like that soul retrieval. Let's see what cords, what we're talking about with this cord energy. Okay, let's see, Aquarius. The Fool. So for some of you, it could have to do with a woman. I guess this could be cutting a cord of fear for some of you to be independent. Like, it's like you'd have to be brave in stepping forward into this whole, because this actually shows me an ability to cut the cord and to start fresh, right? It could circle back around, but it would be more of a 0 point, like a fresh start. For others of you, I could see where this could be where Aquarius sometimes can have that over independence. And if you're more in that scale of it, that side of it, this would be allowing yourself to be more accepted and to truly engage in a way versus being the outsider and alone. I definitely see diet and exercise here is a huge factor in how to understand more, have more of the knowing of that you are safe and loved and protected, that you have the power, the knowledge, the faith to do what you need to do to cut whatever these cords are, so that your soul feels more comfortable in your body, which is, I suppose, is you in this physical reality, whether you're by yourself or surrounded and connected to the group. Okay? Let's see what's changing at a cellular level. Oh, wow, definitely. Ace of Wands. That's pretty powerful. It reminds me, can you see this? It's like this wand here. It looks just like that, doesn't it? Interesting. So this is definitely happening within you. And here's that wand that she holds. Okay? So things are definitely changing at a cellular level. This is an energetic level. To me, fire is also very deeply spiritual. It's one's own action and how they choose. Again, this is initiative to say to, again, because this is self-confidence here, right? Confidence to know. And when you feel weak, understanding where the support systems are, that which is physical, that which is spiritual or ancestral, right? This also shows where a person, it's completely possible here, this is where you call your power back in. It's like one thing, because you only have to get it, it's like once the cord is cut, it's like it just starts to roll. And when it does, it creates this kind of ability to take that which you have gained, what you have created, and then can move it into to this next space, and then that can go into the next space, and then that can go into the next space, and it moves on and on. There's a flow to it, okay? There's a rhythm to it. Let's see this deep healing. Oh, gorgeous. This is also, I'm seeing a means of how to work through in accepting more of this change, and to make this help this deep healing happen is something very creative. There's immensely creative energy here. She also, in a way, holds a wand. Oops, excuse me. Wow. Just a second. So any creative projects that you have, this is accepting your own ability to create life or the person that you want to be, which then rolls into your friends, your lover, your creative expression in this life. You know, it's getting your pizzazz back, right? When there's so much drain, when the soul repeats its patterns, the patterns keep repeating, right? The devil keeps showing up. We can truly only ignore that for so long before something becomes tired, right? Something becomes lethargic, it becomes depressed, it lacks power. So, and what this shows me is great amounts of power. Again, the power to create yourself, to find your zip again, your bravery again, your passion again. You know? I would also say if you are a creative person, I mean you are, but whatever creative projects you're also working on, that is whatever you are creating is immensely powerful right now. It's like you're really, really in the zone. So take advantage of this time, okay? I would also say creative expression would be a beautiful way of working through some of this healing. You know, I would say your creative expression actually is will indicate your level of that, or can elevate more acceptance within the process. Okay. Let's see about this unbound. This releasing soul contracts. Okay, so we have the sun. Seems like a big family to me. This also represents the heart, just like here. It's all kind of very Leo energy to me. This line here. So releasing family contracts, past life energy, if you're aware of that. This is family patterns. And actually, I see too that once whatever this is released here, again, these patterns in the soul, the contracts, the things that keep happening that are the same, or that have where the pattern is, right? Regardless of whether you believe in past lives, it's like that which repeats from the past. It's like once that's attended to, then life is it really is so beautiful and bright. It's happy family. It's gathering. Here's all this food, right? Here, when we're talking about calling back your power and cutting the cord, again, because you're the only one that can do that, release yourself from your patterns, right? Is you start with you being like, I want to create this. I want to create this, right? Once that happens, it's not just you. Although, again, that is needed. There's some bravery in ways of independence. We've talked about, or again, because it's needed, but then there's also too much of it in certain ways. But then what happens is it goes from this singular energy to this huge, again, it's like you call in your circle of people then. you know, in a healthy way, versus everyone in the circle being like feeling blocked, you know, or against one another. This energy represents great, I see, devotion and togetherness. It's also very fulfilling. Let's see the other card. I didn't want to get up. The Hermit. So some of you have past history with water. This is also Leo. It's interesting. Both of these are majors. You have a major here too. Both of these are majors. So the more peaceful you are in your body, more calm in the heart, the more you'll know. It's like the more you release the pattern and unconnect yourself from contracts that are no longer suiting to you, right? People, places, habits, etc. People, places, things. Then the lighter and the more peaceful you are. This shows me great. This is another emphasis of, okay, here's togetherness, here's aloneness. But this is where a person comes to find, oh, it's a wonderful. It's wonderful to be alone. It's wonderful to connect with people. The more comfortable, again, you are in yourself, the more full you're going to feel. Because there's no family member that makes us feel a certain way or fulfill us. No person, place, or thing does that. It's whether, again, the soul feels comfortable in the body. $19 and 9. What's that, 28? So that goes back to Saturn. Maybe you want to think about that age. You could also think about the age of 2, the age of 8, things like this. This could also be family patterning, again, where there is a need to understand how to disengage from things too. Because this could be like an energetic kind of, you know, for instance, your family is not your family. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? The proprietorship of it. It's just all a means of creation. The stars. It's all a means of creation, Judgment. It's all a means of creation, 10 of Pentacles. Another family card. It's all a means of creation. Again, here's more like being in water. I don't know if that's like, if we take it as Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or if it's like, and when I first saw this is water and fire, so this is also Sagittarian energy. So this goes to show that you've already studied a lot. There's been a lot of experience prior to be able to understand more of the patterning. To be able to, because this is also releasing oneself from. Why I see toxicity, right? It's like purification here. I could also say that this would be wise to fast from people, from, you know, maybe there's a kind of clarity or like sobriety that's needed. You know, and perhaps even spending some time alone. How do you feel, right? Knight of Cups, how do you feel when you are alone? How do you feel about the changes that are happening now? Because I see it's very wise to take this, again, from an empowered stance, right? Be like, oh, this is changing. Oh, I feel so good. This gives me an opportunity to be able to create. And I want you to reinforce with yourself that you are powerful, okay? Meaning you have the ability to do it, whether it would be to let it go or to climb that hill, to get over that boulder. I also see this as Scorpio, Capricorn right now. Because that, whatever it was that you were sad about or are sad about, if whatever we discussed flows, is understood, then you actually receive that which you let go of. The feeling that you were desiring, the soul's lesson attached to it, etc. Interesting. I know this is just supposed to be for this time frame, but I suppose my readings really are, they take a long time to, things take time to work out, you know. And you know, the last reading, it felt a bit like a scolding, but it's because it was a conversation it was a knowing, or like an information that was already known. You know what I mean? It was like, you know, say for some of you, it talked a lot about like drinking, for instance. You know, any kind of dependency on things, right? Because we all have that, where we depend on others because we want to feel like we're loved and supported and protected, especially in places where we did not receive that in the past. Interesting. I suppose this could also be from now, for the next 8 or 9 months. This, for some of you, this process you could really be when I saw unbound, it was unwind. You know, it's like, maybe it's learning better boundaries for some, energetic boundaries, boundaries with time, boundaries with money, etc. And also some good self-care. You know, love yourself enough to embrace the changes, and to know again that you, well, I told that Aries received this message once. It's like, no one will ever scold you when you just change when you need to. You won't receive any judgment from anyone else. Because really, even when others judge us or we judge ourselves, it's because we know we're supposed to change. There's something that's stuck. And it's trying to like unwind it. So maybe while being in water also could help you to shift through whatever it is that you are working through. I would definitely watch your diet. Pay attention to what you eat, your diet, your exercise, your sleep. This is very key. It's like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I suppose this is also a bit of your IC, which is a dark place in the map, and it's wise to look at that 4th, 5th house if you're aware. It's the lower heaven, so it's a place where we fear. And what's beautiful about it is, at this time, I see that there's light being shown, like shown upon that place. And you see, embrace the change. Call back your power. Cut the cord, right? Make the change. Embrace it. See it as an opportunity. You have so much, you have way more control than you think that you do over how it plays out. And again, this is also thinking about the circle, because some of you are totally changing your circle of people. You know, if you're going to change this big in yourself, then your circles are going to change. And if they've already changed prior to this point, like you've taken that initiative, this is either you've chosen or it's happened to you. The more that's happened, the less jarring this is going to be. And again, the more opportunity you have to be creative about it. Because all this is so positive, so creative, so peaceful, so fulfilling, faithful. Okay, I guess we'll leave that like that. Thank you so much for being here, Aquarius. Really do appreciate you creating this message. And I wish you the best now whenever you find this. Please take care of yourself. And I'll talk to you later. Peace out.